Our podcast is about connecting with people to make up our schools, our students, professors, and staff. Welcome to the IC podcast. We're speaking to one, if not the first, PhD student from EDIC, our doctoral program, to have had an online public defense due to the lockdown.
Hello, my name is Stuart Byma. I'm a PhD graduate. I suppose I'm not quite a student anymore at the EPFL in the Very Large Scale Computing Lab. My research is about designing parallel and scalable computer systems for bioinformatics.
Due to COVID-19 and the lockdown, you had to present your public defense virtually. Can you tell us a bit more about this experience?
A little weird, for lack of a better term, not being physically in the same room as my audience, just having a camera pointed at my face. Humans evolved speaking face-to-face, so you really feel that lack of physical presence and connection when you're just presenting to a screen. It feels less real somehow. The virtual aspect, in its current form, that being doing it over Zoom or Skype or similar, is missing and has not successfully replicated. But I am pretty thankful that we have the technology to be able to do these defenses virtually. It certainly saved me a lot of pain in that I would have had to reschedule and possibly delay my graduation and delay other life plans. So it was very good in that regard.
Were there any silver linings of having a defense online?
There's definitely some other silver linings to having a virtual defense. I had quite a few attendees who would not have been able to come otherwise to an in-person event, given that they live so far away. My family is mostly in North America and in other countries, and it may have been difficult for some of them to come. So it was really great to see some faces there that I hadn't seen in a very long time. So in a way, virtual defenses are more accessible to a wider audience, which is really a big positive. Even my entire thesis committee was able to attend as well, which was great, even though they, of course, took the opportunity to ask me a few more questions.
Do you feel like you missed out on anything by having it online?
It's, of course, a little disappointing to have no apéro after the defense, as is the tradition at EPFL, as I'm sure most people know. The audience were good sports, though. We had lots of people in the audience remotely who had some drinks ready for a few toasts after the formalities. And so we were still able to have a sort of virtual apéro as well, which was quite nice. Not quite the same thing, but all things considered, I think the virtual defense worked out quite well.
For those who were perhaps hesitant in making the virtual public defense, would you have any advice for them?
My advice currently, given that parts of the lockdown are about to end, are if you are able to wait, you can probably get the best of both worlds by doing your defense in person and also streaming it on Zoom or Skype so that those people who can't come can also join in.
And what was the most challenging for you in the past months of the lockdown?
So I think similar to a lot of people in that staying at home all the time can get a little boring. You can go a little stir crazy. Luckily, I'm a bit of a homebody. I'm a bit more introverted than extroverted. So I don't feel it was so difficult for me personally. When they said, okay, lockdown in effect, everyone needs to stay home, I kind of said to myself, okay, sure, no problem. It gave me a lot of opportunity to do a lot more cooking and baking, which are things that I enjoy. So personally, for me, I'm lucky in that it wasn't so difficult.
What tools and practices have you found indispensable for working remotely?
I think the best decision I made was to take the monitor from my work office home with me. In case my advisor's listening, I'm going to bring it back. Don't worry. Replicating my office at home to some degree made continuing my work at home a lot more comfortable. Most of my work is software based in computer systems, so as long as I have an internet connection, I can really work and do my research pretty much anywhere, which is a big positive. Again, it's just a matter of not going stir crazy while being stuck at home all the time. So I was actually able to continue with my work and my research fairly unhindered. In terms of practices, I found it pretty helpful to try to maintain a similar routine as before, getting up at the same time, not sleeping in too late, trying to have, quote, normal working hours, whatever that means for a grad student. We're kind of notorious for having weird working hours. My wife has also encouraged me to practice meditation and yoga, which has been really helpful in staying focused and sane and healthy.
So there's been talk about the positive aspects of the lockdown and being able to carry them on into the future. What has this been for you?
For me, the working remotely thing has been a big positive. My commute to EPFL is typically around 35 to 40 minutes. And by working remotely, it means I can completely avoid that. And I get almost an extra hour and a half that I wouldn't otherwise have. I'm not one of those people who can work or really get anything done while I'm commuting. So I can get more work done now. I can maybe sleep in a little more, which is quite nice. A lot of remote work, I think, was necessitated by the lockdown. But I really hope this is a trend that continues into the future. And I think for both of us, possibly, it's quite a positive aspect of our jobs that we're able to work remotely effectively.
And what's next for you, Stuart?
So I'm currently still working with my lab, tying up a few loose ends on some research projects that we had going. The next step for me is that I'll be moving to Zurich. We'll be staying in Switzerland, and I have a new job there that we're just waiting for the permit paperwork to come through so that I can start there.